If you're a fan, you know the Sisterhood Sleuths Trilogy is an absolute masterclass in adventure fiction. I mean, we're talking secret societies, ancient artifacts, a frantic race against the clock, the whole shebang. But what if I told you that underneath all that action, the author Cathy Warshaw built something else, something deeper, a hidden architecture that's designed not just to entertain us, but to actually initiate us. So let's get into it. Let's pull back the curtain on this hidden blueprint.
Right here, this quote from Warshaw's private journals, "This is our master key. It unlocks everything." It tells us that the artifacts the Sisterhood is chasing, they're not just treasure. No way. They are tools for an inner transformation, a kind of spiritual alchemy. It's a carefully mapped out journey of consciousness. See, Warshaw wasn't just writing a story. She was playing a much, much bigger game.
And look, we all love the adventure, right? The desperate hunt for the Obsidian Eye, the mind-bending mystery of the Seven Seals, and that beautifully complex puzzle of the Swiss Enigma. It is, no doubt, a spectacular ride. But that's only the first layer. That's just what you see on the surface. What if it's not really a series at all? What if it's actually one single, massive mythic framework? A deliberate three-act structure built to guide you, the reader, through a symbolic initiation. You gotta think of it less like a modern book series and more like an ancient mystery school, or even a modern myth like The Matrix. This was always meant to be one unified map for the soul. So this is that map. This is the mythic blueprint we're talking about. Warshaw literally structured the entire trilogy as a three-stage initiation. Each book is a distinct phase in an evolution of awareness, and it's designed to move both the characters and us from just, seeing things to a state of profound integrated understanding. So here's the crucial part. It's a deliberate progression. First, your whole perception of reality is just shattered. That's the awakening. Then you have to face a trial to test if you're even morally ready to handle that new knowledge. And finally, you have to learn to integrate all that wisdom into a complete, living whole. This is the exact path we're about to walk, step by step. To really get this journey, we have to decode the three huge symbols that power each stage. And trust me, these are not just plot devices or MacGuffins. They are the metaphysical engines of the entire story. So let's start with the artifact that lights the first match. The Obsidian Eye. Right off the bat, it's the catalyst. It's that spark in the dark. It basically represents pure, unfiltered consciousness before it's been shaped by wisdom or ethics. It's that raw, burning, and kind of dangerous curiosity to just see what's really going on behind the curtain. Now, let's break this down, because what's so cool here is how grounded this symbol is. It's tied to the material plane, to Earth. Its whole job is to wake you up, to shatter the illusion, but the meaning, that's the key. This is knowledge without guidance. It's the ego's first intoxicating and honestly super dangerous peek into the abyss. And this is the question the first book is really asking you. Remember, the eye is made of obsidian. It's volcanic glass. It reflects your own face right back at you. So what Warshaw is telling us is that to look into the world's secrets, you're forced to look into yourself. And that makes the question deeply personal. Will you dare to look? Okay, so let's move on to stage 2 and see how this thing builds. Because after the initial shock of awakening, well, that's when the trial begins. The Seven Seals represent knowledge that's now been placed under a kind of moral law. It's not enough to just see anymore. Now you have to prove you're worthy of what you've seen. And you can see the shift right here. We're moving up from the material to the ethical plane, which is symbolized by fire, that ancient element of testing and purification. Each seal is both a lock and a lesson, a pact that's tied to a core virtue. So trying to break a seal isn't some great victory, it's a violation. It's an attempt to grab power without earning the wisdom that goes with it. This really becomes the central challenge of the second book. I mean, what gives anyone the right to wield powerful, world-changing knowledge? The shadowy society, they want to unlock the seals to control reality. But the Sisterhood learns that true worthiness isn't about power. It comes from protecting the mystery, not exploiting it for personal gain. And this all brings us to the final and most profound symbol of them all, the Enigma. Here's the twist. It isn't an object you can find or hold. It's something way bigger. It's the integration of all knowledge into a single, living, self-aware pattern. It's the system itself, waking up. And this just perfectly illustrates that final leap in consciousness. We've moved up to the transcendent plane, a journey from the deep intuitive memory of water to the clear intellectual insight of air. Its function to integrate everything. It represents the reconciliation of all opposites, light and shadow, knowledge and humility. And it's symbolized perfectly by the Ouroboros, the serpent eating its own tail, eternal renewal. This is the ultimate philosophical test of the entire trilogy. The Society's whole goal is total certainty, to freeze truth into a rigid dogma, something they can use as a weapon. But the Enigma teaches that truth is alive. It's a flowing current. The second you try to possess it, you kill it. So the real question becomes, can we be custodians of wisdom without turning it into a lifeless ideology? Okay, now this is where Warshaw's genius just becomes absolutely breathtaking. Because this whole symbolic architecture, it isn't just in the artifacts, it's embodied by the characters themselves. The Sisterhood, as a group, is the living pattern. I mean, just look at this. Each of the 7 members embodies a totally essential metaphysical role. You've got Chloe, the seer, carrying the legacy of the eye. You have May, the alchemist, who represents the story's ethical core. Yuki is the architect, bridging logic and mysticism. Together, they aren't just a team of adventurers, they're a living codex, a human reflection of the very mysteries they've sworn to protect. It's brilliant. So let's zoom out one last time and see how all these pieces, the symbols, the stages, the characters, all lock together into one stunning, grand design. This is Cathy Warshaw's ultimate philosophical statement right here. The evolution of these symbols directly mirrors the evolution of human consciousness itself. Think about it. We started by carving truth into stone. Then we encoded it onto scrolls as laws and language. And now, we're entering an age where knowledge is a self-aware, living signal. That's the whole journey, from matter to meaning to mind. And this brings us to the trilogy's core moral equation. It's so simple and so powerful. The journey starts with that raw hunger for knowledge, just wanting to see. It matures into wisdom, the tough realization that knowledge demands you make an ethical choice. And it all culminates in understanding, the grace to hold all of history's memory and to simply remember. Seeing, choosing, and finally remembering. And this is the final takeaway. The ultimate message of the whole trilogy is that mystery isn't a problem we're supposed to solve. It's a sacred reality we're supposed to take care of. Our job as humans isn't to conquer the unknown, but to become its custodians, its librarians, and its storytellers. And so, the trilogy leaves us with this final echoing question. It pushes the entire initiation out of the book's pages and puts it right into our own lives. By seeing this hidden architecture, we realize the Sisterhood's journey is a mirror of our own, a call for us to see our world more clearly, to choose our actions more wisely, and to remember our part in the grand unfolding story.